guys, it's April. I have been doing some experimenting. I saw something up at Brilliant Vinyl when I was up there, and I asked one of the girls up there what they were doing, and she told me, but not a lot of detail, so I'm trying to replicate it. This is what they're calling Embossed Iron On, and what I did is I cut Caesar Brick 600 and ironed it on, and then put stretch on top of it, and it worked pretty good. It's got a little bit of wrinkling, but I did overheat it, so it's probably my fault. But what they had up there, they were doing, that's what they were doing, and it looked really good. Now, they didn't use the metal, they used just your regular easy weed. So I've been experimenting, and I tried some pattern, and you can see it. My lighting's not the best in here, I apologize. It looks really cool, but it's a little harder to see with the pattern, but still really cool. So I am attempting with this video to do it with Caesar Reflective, and this is the stuff that reflects when lights hit it, like a safety type iron-on. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but you can see. But it's the Easy Reflective, also from Brilliant Vinyl. And then I have Brick 600. And Brick 600 is a very thick iron-on, 600 micron, 60 micron, 600 micron, something like that. That's why it's called 600. And it is not on a pressure sensitive or a sticky carrier. It's like your patterned. It's not going to be, you can't stick it back down. So when you're weeding, just be careful when you're weeding, and make sure that you leave the pieces that need to be there, because they won't stick back down. I'm just going to break that off because this whole center comes out except the words. This is the Be Kind out of Cricut Design Space. And so very little of the brick is going to remain in this project, but it's almost like a rubber. This stuff is great for hats. Tons of projects. I love brick. It's fun to work with, but it's really thick stuff, but so cool. I'm just going to finish weeding and getting out all of these little pieces. Can kind of get an idea of, see how that's trying to lift up on that E. You want to be careful because it won't stick back down. But it weeds very easily. There we go. But you can kind of see on here how thick that is. Really thick. So this applies at 311 degrees for 20 seconds according to Caesar. And we are basically going to follow those guidelines for this to apply it. I've got my my Cricut mat, and I've got a sweatshirt here. Just gonna slide and make some room. There we go. Make sure you guys can see. And it does say to press for 2 to 3 seconds. You want to remove any moisture from the shirt. I'm trying to get a center line here. So I'm just gonna press and get some moisture out, and then I'm gonna press myself a guideline. And however you do and find center of yours, whatever it is that works for you, just do that. I'm gonna get my arms there. Make sure that. And then I'm just gonna press myself a center line. I line up my armholes and my shoulders. Get something to give me a little bit of a guide for center. Okay, and then I'm going to start with my brick. I'm just going to fold that and get a crease in my carrier so that I can put that on the shirt. Just like so. Get it lined up. Looks pretty good. And of course, lint roll your stuff before. Make sure that that didn't bend over. You can see that it's not stuck there, but it's okay. It's coming off that backing. And then I'm just going to cover it with Teflon sheet. And we're going to press it for the 20 seconds. And it is a medium to firm pressure for brick. 20 seconds. And I'm doing 310 because Cricut doesn't allow us to have 311. It goes to 315. Increments of 5. And it is a cool peel. So we're just going to give it a second and let that cool. Still hot. And while that's doing, I'm going to get my center line on this reflect. Here, I'm just going to pinch that there. I'm just going to pinch that there. Then I'm going to fold it the other way because my heart's, that's should be the center of that. That carrier kind of freaks me out sometimes when it turns loose of the iron-on. I'm just making myself some crosshairs on that piece without actually folding up the iron-on itself. And then we're just going to peel away the carrier. And you can see how thick that is. And this is cool just like it is. This would be cool just to leave it exactly like it is. And I'm hoping this works. This is a test. Like I said, they did use regular Easy Weed stretch and it worked perfectly fine. So that is lined up. I just want to make sure that I'm centered there. And then I'm just going to bring this over to the center. Just gonna, hopefully I have that right, because this is the tricky part, getting that lined up center. I'm just gonna move that pad out of the way so I can kind of feel that looks right. About a half an inch there. Looks like I need to come over just slightly. And up. I'm just trying to make sure that I have the same amount of space over as I do the rest. That looks pretty good. I'm going to go with it. I'm going to cover this again with my Teflon, and then we're going to press it again without the mat for another 20 seconds. Now I may have to do this twice, maybe even 3 times before it will actually take, but that's okay. But I am giving a firm pressure. I'm just going to gently lift that. And it's getting there. You can start to see the outline. So I'm just going to leave it. And I am going to press it again for 20 seconds. With a firm pressure. This may or may not work with this one. We'll see. I'm going to slide my mat under and press one more time. and you can see that it's starting to really pop out under that. The reflective may not give enough, but you can do it with Easy Weed and get this result. So I just wanted to show you guys, and I am testing. It will work with the Easy Weed stretch. It will work with the patterns. See if I can get you a look. But it is harder to see with pattern, and it may just be this pattern, but on camera. But looking at it, you can really see it here when I'm looking at it, but on camera it doesn't really want to show good. But it's working really well. That one is, the reflective may not have enough give, but I did want to test it just so you guys could see if it would work. I'm going to actually go up on my temp to 330 since we're testing, and see if that will do it. Maybe remove the carrier too, so that it can heat, get a little bit more heat. Oh, there it goes. It worked. So I don't have to do anything else. Removing the carrier. Oh, it's gorgeous. I love it. I might heat it one more time, but it's there, guys. It's there. I think I will just heat it for just a few more seconds. Test that out. Since we're testing, I'm just going to give it a few seconds here. Maybe 10 at 330. Oh, that did it. You guys saw. Oh my gosh. I'm in love. I'm in love. I'm in love. I'm in love. So that's the ticket. I had to heat it a couple of times, and then I removed the mat, but that's what did it. Remove the carrier, remove the mat, and press it hard to the surface at 330 if you're doing the reflective. And you may want to do that with the, because I did this at the Easy Weed temp, and I had to overheat it, and I got a little wrinkling, but it's still pretty. It looks like leather. But yeah, so you're gonna put on your brick 600 for 20 seconds at 310. You're going to cold peel. Then you're going to place your iron on the top of it. Once you have your iron on the top of it, you're going to heat that. And I heated this one. This is a reflective. I didn't change the temps or the times, and I heated it 3 times. But I'm not going to count that 3rd time because I had the mat under there. Take the mat off, take the carrier off, and heat it one more time for 15 seconds, and it's there. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So there is your embossed iron on, guys. Play with it. Test on some scraps. I'm going to tell you, test on some scraps and make sure, because you don't want to use a whole shirt like I did, but it's all I had here. Because it may not show up well when it shows up in person, but it's just not showing up on camera. It's really cool. I'm loving it here in person. It's just I can't get a good photo of it. It's hard to see. There, maybe that was. Do you see it? It's awesome. I'm in love. I'm in love. New technique. You guys play with it. Go to Brilliant Vinyl. Please shop with my link. Get your brick 600 and your Easy Weed stretch or your reflective, and play around with it. They also have some new patterns, guys. They have the slime that you saw on the shirt here. They have some of these Halloween patterns. Loving them, loving them, loving them. And they also have the blood. If you want the blood for Halloween, they have it. Blood splatter. So get that too. But you're going to need brick 600. Doesn't really matter what color it is because you're putting iron on top of it. Any color of the brick 600, and get your iron on to go over it and have fun. Show me what you did with it, and let's let's make some really cool designs with our iron-on. Make sure that you post pictures, and let's even do a hashtag. Hashtag Cricut Maker Projects, hashtag Embossed Iron On. And I will include those in the links below. And you guys use those hashtags so that we can take a look at what you've done with your embossed iron on. You guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.